In wrapping up this series on religious liberty, it's important to note that some Baptists today reject the separation of church and state. For them, religious liberty is based on power rather than principle, a grant from the state rather than a gift from God. In the public schools, for instance, they support compulsory prayer, the teaching of creationism as science, and textbooks based on religious beliefs rather than objective observations and facts. And why shouldn't we expect public institutions in America to promote Christian beliefs? One of the best answers I've read to that question comes from the late T.B. Maston, who taught at Southwestern Baptist Theological Seminary for 40 years and was a pioneer in the field of Christian ethics. Dr. Maston responded to this question in an article entitled Faith Freely Exercised, which you can find today in the book The Trophy of Baptists, Words to Celebrate Religious Liberty, edited by Brent Walker, Executive Director of the Baptist Joint Committee for Religious Liberty. Dr. Maston began by quoting Roger Williams' The Bloody Tenet of Persecution. An enforced uniformity of religion throughout a nation or civil state denies that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh. Maston went on to write, Jesus coming in the flesh freed men and women to make their own decisions and to then accept responsibility for those decisions. Baptists who support compulsory public school prayer and taxpayer support of private schools, Maston wrote, do not give much attention to the human nature of Jesus and the life he lived. Any coercion toward uniformity violates the basic nature of a person. Christ did not coerce, he only invited. Therefore, the proclamation of the gospel is predicated upon an uncoerced response. Religious freedom to me, he continued, is not a luxury we can afford only when times are good, but it is implicit in the nature of the gospel itself. Dr. Maston concluded with a challenge. Let Baptists beware of pressure to control, particularly of using or supporting coercion for uniformity by political power. In tomorrow's Baptist Brief, we move from religious liberty to another bedrock Baptist principle, soul competency.